Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to be talking about Tombstone 1993, and I'm specifically going to talk about Doc Holliday. So Doc Holliday is a character in Tombstone 1993. He is this wicked fast gunslinger, and he was sick, right? So he was a Southern gentleman. He had tuberculosis. He was dying, and he was just a fast friend of Wyatt Earp. And so, just an amazing character. So in actual history. Now, the person who plays Doc Holliday is in this film is Val Kilmer. And this, Val Kilmer playing Doc Holliday is without a doubt the best portrayal of Doc Holliday that's ever been put on screen. It is absolutely the best acting portrayal that it's Val Kilmer's finest work, without a doubt, finest work. And also, it's absolutely the best portrayal in the entire film, the Tombstone film. It's huge. It's like really critical how good it is. And Doc Holliday is just so epic, and there are just scene after scene after scene where he is just, he's so epic compared to everyone else around him, and he's dying, right? Which makes it even all the more interesting. So Doc Holliday is this scoundrel. His moral compass is Wyatt Earp. He's always trying to live up to Wyatt Earp, and he really has a lot of respect for Wyatt Earp. And I think he tries to be a better man so that he can be reliable for Wyatt Earp and the things that Wyatt Earp is trying to accomplish. And now in the film, they introduce Wyatt Earp in this amazing manner. So Wyatt Earp, they introduce Doc Holliday in the film in just this really amazing manner. So Billy Bob Thornton is in there, and Wyatt Earp goes into a saloon and roughs up Billy Bob Thornton and kicks him out of this card hall, and really dismisses him, and is pretty rough with him. So Billy Bob Thornton's character, I think he was called like Tallahassee Johnny or something. So he goes and gets a shotgun and is walking through the streets of Tombstone and sees Wyatt Earp, Virgil Earp, and Morgan Earp. Those two guys are Wyatt Earp's brothers, and they, and he's just going to shoot him in the street right now, which again, just awesome, because that's the way Tombstone was. You had you really get an idea of what a frontier land was like. It's crazy. So Wyatt Earp's just right in the street, and he's talking with his brothers, and Billy Bob Thornton, Tallahassee Johnny, is coming up along the street with a big old shotgun, is just going to shoot him dead in the street, right? And Doc Holliday is introduced right then. So Doc Holliday is introduced just leaning against a wall, and he goes, "Tallahassee Johnny, you madcap," right? And just calls him out right there in the street, right? And his timing is perfect, right? And so that, one of the things that's interesting is Doc Holliday was a super smart guy. He was educated. He had incredible charisma, and I think that's a big thing that that really people don't think about with these gunslingers. They had the talent of using these guns very quickly, but also timing was a big deal for them, and I think charisma was a big deal. I think there were a lot of gunslingers who we never hear of, who just didn't have the charisma of the ones who we still tell stories about today. So Doc Holliday, he says, and then Doc Holliday just walks forward and starts talking to Wyatt Earp. Now, Tallahassee Johnny is so stunned by this super deadly gunslinger, just coming out of the shadows, that he doesn't know what to do, and so he just drops the barrel on his gun, and Doc Holliday just keeps talking, and so he goes, "Hey Wyatt, how are you doing?" And they, and so Virgil and Morgan and Wyatt just start talking with Doc, and Doc's telling them why he's there, and they have this good old moment. And it's about 2 or 3 minutes of them just talking, right? And then, and now at this point, every single one of them has shifted their hand to their gun very casually because Doc Holliday has diffused the entire situation. He's diffused the situation. And it's just so wild, like, just to see the way he handles it. And then one of the things that's really funny is at that point, Doc Holliday looks up and he goes, "Oh, Tallahassee Johnny, I had forgotten you were there. You may go." It was so funny. Like, it was just, the whole scene, like, I was just blown away. The writing in this movie is so sound and so strong. And it's just fantastic. It's a really, really great movie. Val Kilmer is, I mean, it's just a flawless performance. Like, I really think a lot of people should really study what he did with this character, because it was amazing. It is an amazing acting piece, and I really feel it is Val Kilmer at his height. Just fantastic. Just a really, really solid performance. And then, and that was Doc Holliday's entrance. That's just Doc Holliday's entrance. He was so epic, and just truly epic. Great movie. Tombstone, 1993. Also, I will highly recommend the OK Gunfight at the OK Corral Wikipedia page, because the movie just inspired me so much that I actually read about the history, and it's just absolutely fascinating. It was an amazing period in our American history. Definitely check it out and see the movie. It's really worth pursuing. It's on Hulu right now, but I think it's going to expire soon. It'll probably pop up on Netflix or on Amazon Prime. Take care, everybody.